All right, basketball time. Let's get this started. We broke 20 boxes on Monday. We're breaking the remaining 20 boxes right now. See if we can have a better showing this time around. Showtime, go time. Cover boy Coop. Y'all ready for the playoffs? I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm ready to see how things pan out, how everything kind of plays out, see how far these Spurs can go. Denver looks good, OKC looks good. Detroit looked good until they ran into San Antonio, but wouldn't count them out either. Cleveland's been on one lately. Robo Kawhi is balling. Basketball's in a good place right now, in my humble opinion. And then this next crop of youngins coming out next year, they gonna be real good. Nick Claxton, Derek Whitehead, Jonathan Kuminga had his debut in Atlanta off the bench, 27-7 the other night. Looking like a hooper. Ball of Duty, Wardell, Ty Halley, Shaden Sharp, figuring it out this year. Lovely. There's Keegan Murray. Scottavious Barnes. We do like the spectrum quite a bit. We like big spec. Big Scotty Barnes fan over here. I think he's what? Fluctuates. He might be third, maybe fourth in redraft. Maybe fifth. Depending on how high you value a Jalen Johnson or Franz Wagner. Really good draft class though. Next up, Jalen Wells. There's Wemby. Carter Bryant. Chet Holmgren don't want no parts of that smoke. Walter Clayton Jr., Grizzlies legend. Zion James. Aviators, Tyrese Maxey. There's DeLeon. Jake Moravia on the silver. Colin Murray Boyles, having a good rookie campaign. Kobe Bryant. Ty Halley. Get well soon. Then something else happening where he's out longer. Caused some kind of illness or injury that's gonna push his timeline back that much further. Not that it mattered. He wasn't gonna play this year. He don't need to play this year. Pacers need to go ahead and start shutting folks down. Tank while you still can. Start shutting them down. Try to get in the Peterson sweepstakes. Even though AJ looking like an absolute dog right now. Depending on who lands that #1 pick. If it's the right type of system for him, or you need that type of player, AJ might be the pick. I still got Durham hired, regardless of whether injury talk or no game playing talk. I still think Durham's a better prospect, but AJ looked like he might pan out to be one of them. Yannick Conan Niederhauser. What up, blah? I thought you'd have been in one of them other streams. Nolan Traore, Nas Reed, Paulo Banchero figured it out the other night. Looked more like the Paulo people want him to be. Yegor Jimin, John Kaminga, Darren Holmes, Cam Jones, Joshua Giddey, and Lonzo Ball. How do you like Dillingham over there, Blah? Are you completely checked out of basketball now? Now the baseball season is ramping its way back up. Get back to your Guardians. Checked out on one team. That's funny. If you're to rank your squads for this past season, right? Because you were Guardians, Chiefs, and Bulls, right? If you were to rank them, what order would they be in? From best to worst. Kel Alexander Walker, Anthony Black, Jose Alvarado, Cock Blocker. There's our first Coop flag of the evening. Ball, VJ Edgecombe, Hooper, Jaden Ivey, Murray Boyles, like father, like son, Lil Wardell. Like just who had the better season? I don't know what the Guardians did. I didn't all the way pay attention to what the Chiefs did. But I mean, you can answer your faith in the team as well. I have a feeling the Bulls will be last. Maybe on both lists. Guards, Chiefs, Bulls. Y'all started off so hot too. You were feeling pretty good about the Bulls in that playoff run. Chiefs, huge gap. Guardians, and then the Bulls. That's funny. You just said huge gap. I mean, Kansas City ain't had too many down years either. Since they got Jackson's brothers, down years have been few and far between. Bulls on the other hand. Yikes. Since D Rose, Lonzo Ball, Carmelo Anthony, your podcaster brother, Jaylen Brown of the Beantown Celtics, John Isaac, shout out to you, sir, Alex Caruso, come on, Mollywalk. Don't wait, says AD. That's his inspirational quote. John Stockton. It's easier to say from the sideline, I guess. Alright. Let's kick it up. Let's kick it up. We need more. I think these last 15 boxes will be fantastic. Let's see. Let's find out together as a family. You are forgiven the coin as well? Wow. Wow. You guys got your lotto this year, right? I mean, it'd be nice to have a Coop flag, but I got your lotto this year, right? I mean, it's a good class. If you got your lotto, you got a chance. Maybe you keep the hometown kid. Keep Keaton Wagler. Keep him in Illinois. VJ Edgecombe on the Serenity. Nolan Traore figuring it out as I predicted. Yegor Jimin. Ant-Man. There we go. Nice auto. This is 63? No, 83 out of 99. Ryan Dunn. Phoenix Suns. Ryan Dunn. Jimmy Butler. Get well soon. Shaq. Spicy P. Mr. 94 feet. Jalen Suggs. The new Mr. 94 feet. Coin's looking out for Cooper. Fair. You're a real one to admit that, bro. You are a real one indeed to have that stance and admit that. To be honest though, looking at what he's done so far, he'd have been fine anywhere he went. He'd have been fine anywhere he went. And that combo of Coop and little Boozy Vert in transition. Oh man. Plus y'all have had Giddy out there. Because Coop wouldn't have to play point for y'all. He just started off at his comfort position out the gate. So we might have saw this earlier. I don't know. Jason Kidd has been a really good coach. He's done a good job of putting him in position to be successful with like where he gets his catches or he keeps the ball to him at if he's not initiating offense. They might be looking for a point guard in this draft though. If they can land a PG, if they can land one of the plethora of point guards, I think if they get one of the top 3 PGs in this class, then they'll be set. Urban Magic Johnson. Brandon Miller. Ball of Duty. My guy. Hopefully next year he gets some minutes. Come on, Maliok. 75 out of 275. If they land Mikael Brown, that would be awesome. If they land, there's Keldon Johnson. Mikael Brown would probably be best case scenario, I think, for that team. I like Kingston Fleming in Dallas as well, though. I think he'd be good there, but Mikael I think he might end up being the best one out of that group. The PGs. I think him. I don't know if I like Acuff there, because I think they have an element of that. Well, they traded an element of that away to Jaden Hardy. They have an element of that in like the Kyrie, Brandon Williams archetype is kind of what Acuff is probably going to be, where we're just primarily a bucket getter, with some passing chops, but self-creator, bucket getter. I like Mikael. I like the shooting of Mikael Brown Jr. I like Kingston Fleming too, in terms of just him being able to break down defense and make a smart pass, be effective pass, not turn the ball over as much. And also like LeBaron Fylon, who I think got kind of flown under the radar and got lost in shuffle. I don't think Wagner is necessarily a PG. He plays PG. I think he can initiate some, but I wouldn't play him as a one full time. Not in the league. I think we might run into another Yegor Jimin situation trying to do that. Just let him be the shooter he can be. And Shea and Luka kind of worked out for Dallas. They got lucky. They got lucky with Coop, but I wouldn't say it's worked out. I mean, they're not winning. Ben Sarah, and they ended up essentially first con couldn't play it, and they ended up trading AD off somewhere else anyway. for pretty much nothing. 61 out of 299. Will Richard. What they get back from Washington for AD? What is it, Chris Middleton? So you traded Luka Doncic. You traded the man who was on the trajectory to be the greatest player in franchise history. On the trajectory. He hadn't reached it yet, but he was trending in that direction. Dude that just took you to the finals, out of shape on one leg. And you traded him away for what's essentially been Max Christie and Chris Middleton. If I tell you at any point, if I tell you at the peak of Chris Middleton, the best he ever was, and Max Christie was just playing at the best he's ever played right now, and I told you I traded Luka Doncic for those two. Nah, fam. I'm not buying that. Not winning, they could get another top pick in it with a partner for Clippers by pure luck, you could say. By pure luck, yeah. But I don't think it's worked out for them by like luck, if you want to look at it that way, because of Coop. But I mean, if you keep it a buck, they weren't the trajectory they were on. Well, no, that's coming into the season. They're going into last season. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. They got lucky in the lotto. I mean, that same luck might have hit him anyway, even if they would have kept Luka, if they ended up in that same position. There's Knipple. It was like, yeah, go time. And you got Luka with Coop. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If they land another top pick, like, their rebuild might be faster than expected by, like, luck of the draw. Grade A deck. I mean, it's similar to O'Shea Brissett and Max Strus. It'll probably be similar to the Orlando Magic. Like, you got Shaq 1 year because you were terrible. And then you turn around and got Penny the next year when you should have been nowhere near Penny. Yeah, I mean, in that regard, yeah. In that regard, yeah. Depending on how the ball falls for him in a lot of situations. I think Darren would be dope next to Coop. I would like to see those two together. I'd like Kingston Fleming over there. I'd like Mikael Brown Jr. over there. I wouldn't be mad at Caleb Wilson over there. I think he'd be good. I love Cam Boozer. I don't know if he fits Dallas. I love AJ DeBonza. I don't know if he fits what the Mavs are currently doing. But AJ and Coop, I think, could definitely figure out how to play together. I'm pretty sure they have in AAU somewhere. I know they played against each other. But I think they could definitely figure out how to play alongside each other. It actually might not be a bad spot, actually, for AJ. It's not a ton of ball movement. There is some stoppage. He has figured out how to kind of move the ball quicker. And I think there's Coop Flag on the Serenity. I think he gets some good coaching from Jay Kidd. Put him on spots on the floor where he can be effective for one. Alex Tui, Lil Boozy Vert, and Jason Tate. You put him on spots on the floor, he can be effective for one, and then two, you can kind of coach out some of the ball stopping habits. And like I said, AJ's been way better lately about getting off the ball, repositioning himself to get it back, or just playing without the ball. He doesn't move around enough for my liking when he's not on ball, but he's at least willing to get off the ball and let like somebody else create, and then kind of get in and fix it from there. I think he needs to be better about playing away from the ball offensively, though. But that might come with as his shooting ability improves. If he gets more consistent from three, then he can definitely play off the ball a little bit better. He gets a little more proficient with the catch and shoot. If you add that element with AJ's first step, with AJ processing a little bit faster right now, which is what's going to be the case, and his play isolation. If that catch and shoot becomes a threat, I can get the ball fake going, and then you're already off balance as is, and AJ is going to definitely keep you off balance. Jalen Suggs, so I wouldn't be too mad at that if he ends up in Dallas. G.G. Jackson, Ron Holland, Michael Porter Jr. Top Shota, Swing the Rock, question mark? Mike says, get it out the net. Right now, where you guys slated to pick, like on the mocks, where they got the Bulls top what? Plum Dog Millionaire, Ball of Duty, Spider Mitchell, Nolan Traylor, Matisse Thybulle, Cam Jones, Yegor Jimin, Jason Tatum, get well soon, Cam Jones again, Nick Clifford, Khan, it's a nice one, nice little hit for best shooter in the world, man. No, but Khan's hell of a shooter though. Khan's been really good shooting the ball this year. I think 9 and 10. Let me see. That puts you in the man, 9 and 10. Probably say A-Cup was probably like around 7. What do y'all need? A big? I got Blue Shot in here. You got Giddy, you got Montas. Yeah, I might take a flyer on Quentin. He'll help your defense. He's not going to do much for you offensively, but he'll help your defense when he's healthy. Quentin is one. Lindenberg will probably be decent as like a shooter for y'all. Steinbach out of Washington. There's also a Daymar out of Michigan. I think that's a little reach. That's a little reaching. At the top, what's a guard heavy draft? That's the bad part. If you get somewhere between 9 and 10, like the main bigs will be gone. Cam will be gone. Caleb will be gone. So you're picking from like the secondary bigs in that. Quaintance is somebody you'd have to take a risk with. Dirk Nowitzki, Ball of Duty, 83 out of 199. Quaintance is good, but you'd have to take a risk with him. He's got the injury history. He's still young. There's some developmental things that need to happen, but if he gets those down pat, Serenity for Wemby, then you might have, I don't necessarily want to say Ben Wallace-esque defender, like big defender, but he's cut from that type of cloth where like versatile, guard a bunch of positions, protect the rim, rebound, be athletic, be active. I think he might be 19 by draft night. He's like super young. He was a 17-year-old freshman at Arizona State last year. He got hurt, tore his knees up. Played solid in his first for Kentucky this past year. I think he tore his knees up again. But he's worth taking a shot at. If you're looking at big. But in that range, yeah, y'all might end up grabbing a wing. Braylon Mullins is good. Koa Pete gets a bucket, but he's not going to give you anything in terms of defense. Like, Quayton's might be the best overall defender. Caleb Wilson has higher potential. AJ's got higher potential. You don't worry about any injuries. Who's the kid? Henry Vassar over in North Carolina. He's good. Patrick Mbonga's good from Duke, but 9 and 10 is mad high for him. Ace Bailey. Like, talent around that range is probably gonna be a wing or a point, honestly. Hey man, that's Tibbs, bro. Tibbs doing Tibbs thing. I know Tibbs don't get regular tire changes. I know he don't. He waits for the tread to be all the way off. He rides them lows down to the chrome, baby. I don't see no sparks. Keep going. That's Tibbs. Tibbs say burn them all the way down. All 4 of them. Oops. DeAndre Hunter, he got traded again, didn't he? Jamal Murray on the silver. Ty Halley. Hugo Gonzalez having a really good year in Boston. Keyshawn George. Jackson Hayes. Idris Bam on the bio, Ball of Duty, and Aaron Wiggins. Hey, So far it has been our last 5 blasters. Two Coops, 3 Cons. Yeah, I wouldn't bring Tatum back though. I would bring Tatum back. Even if you win the East, I don't know if you're winning the you're not winning the ring. I wouldn't bring him back and risk longer term damage. Like no ring, no guaranteed ring. I don't know if I'm doing that, especially with the way that they're playing right now. They're rolling, and Missoula's changed up so much systematically to aid Jaylen Brown. I think he'd have to kind of make another adjustment for Tatum if Jason can't just flow into what they're already doing. Dirk Nowitzki, Derek Queen, KCP, Scary Terry, Khan on the activators, Rob Dillingham, Draymond, Jamil Watkins. 4 boxes left. Very underwhelming thus far. Oh, it's going. Javon Small, Ball of Duty, Ace Bailey, Rocco Sikorsky, Chris Murray, Chaz Lanier, 91 out of 199. There we go. On the inspiration insert, Dream Big. Cover boy. Cooper Flag. Nice little numbered Coop there. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Might have Hit of the Night written all over it. Oh, you're right. It was 63 out of 75. Joe Nybroom. Good eye. They get like a 50 ball in June this year. At least I know we're not alone, bro. Yes, there are already others out there. Anthony Simons, Chicago Bulls legend. Claytavius Thompson. Activators of Kawhi Leonard. Rui Hachimura. Devin Vassell. That's a nice Ball of Duty. Not numbered though, but nice little Konica nipple hit. Stratospheric Danny Wolf on the auto. I like Daniel. He's a hooper. Paul George, Ben Surratt, Shohan, Cedric Howard, and Anthony Black. Very nice Danny Wolf auto. Strong rookie over in Brooklyn. Has had his ups and downs, but adjusting to the league fairly decent. All right, 2 more boxes. Then we'll do what will be an extremely quick no cap recap. And we'll send you fine folks on your way to make the best of the remainder of your evening. Van Fleet. Sorely missed out in Houston town. Also, Iguodala. There's Khan on the base. Giannis. Dorian Finney-Smith. Hugo Gonzalez. KJ Simpson. 245 out of 299. Utah Jazz. Ace Bailey. Nice little ball is life on inspiration. We'll take that ace hit. Keontae George. Jace Richardson, get well soon. To 150. Chet. Nice little Chet Holmgren. 60 out of 150. Getting a little better. All right. So Ace Love. And then there was one. Last box. Not bad on the rookie side. Triple J, Jason Tatum, Elijah Martin, Jules Randle, Joe Brown, Conan Niederhauser, Dirk, Luke Kennard, Nolan Traylor, Dylan Harper, DeMar DeRozan. And Dario Saric is the last card of the break. All right. Well, again, not the best, but we made the best of it as best we could. All right, no cap recap. Coming up right now. No coupe base is crazy. All right, on our non-numbered autos, Danny Wolf on the Stratospheric signature. Ball is Life Inspiration insert. Ace Bailey to 299. Will Richard to 299 to 275. Come on, Molly Walk on the Ball of Duty. Yeah, we'll take care of all of those, Sean. On the Ball of Duty to 199, Dirk Nowitzki. There's Chet Holmgren on to 150. Ryan Dunn to 99 on the auto, and Jonai Bruin to 75. For our Colin Knippel watch. To base. Wolfskin. Ball of Duty. Activators and Go Time. And for our Cooper Flag watch, we got a Serenity insert, Go Time insert, and then number to 199, Cooper Flag Inspiration, Dream Big. No problem, Sean. All right, that is our break. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time around. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.